Hello friends, this is Akhilesh from DataSense. Today we are going to learn how to create an interactive sales dashboard using simple features like pivot tables, slicers, pivot charts and tables. For this dashboard we have 3 or 4 insights: monthly sales, region-wise sales, category and products, and then top 5 managers, and all these charts can be controlled by slicers on the left side, and we have 3 or 4 slicers to interact. To create this dashboard, basic knowledge of pivot table is enough, plus this video. Once you finish the video, you will be able to create this dashboard. Also, if you are coming for the first time on the channel, I request you to subscribe to our channel. The subscribe button is somewhere on the bottom right corner. So first step is, if your dataset is not a table, then you should convert it into a table by going to insert and click on table, or you can simply use the shortcut Ctrl T, and then this will select your dataset. Make sure that your header should be selected. Click OK. Now this is a table. Give a friendly name to your table. You can go to table design, and on the left side you can name it as, let's say, sales and data. Now out of this dataset I am looking for 3-4 things. So first one is, what is my monthly sales trend? Second, how the share of total sales is changing by quarter. Third, who are my top 5 salesmen? And fourth is product sales in a pie chart. Now to create these things, we should first create the pivot tables. So we will go to a dashboard page. So here I will select this area, and then roughly this much space I will utilize. Okay. And just for my reference, I will give an outside border so that I know what is the space available to me. Okay. Now coming to dataset, I will create some pivots. So click on pivot table. So let me go for existing one. Location is, I will go to pivots, and let's keep something here. And this is my first pivot table, and this is the field list for that. So first pivot table should have my monthly sales trend. So I will keep my year. I will bring month also, and then amount into values. And we should always format these numbers. So right click, number format, go for customs, and always select this hash comma hash hash 0. This brings 1000 separator, and to make it into 1000 I will add 1 comma at the end, and I will also add k as suffix so that people will know that this is all in thousands. So that's my first pivot table. Second one is, if I go back to my dataset, second is, how is the share of region sales is changing by quarter. So Control A, Control C, Control V. In this I will remove my year and quarter. Let's say I can bring dates also here, and this is just to show you that inbuilt grouping capability of Excel 2016 or 2019. So here you can see my dates are automatically grouped as year and quarter, and if you expand further you have months also, but I don't require months or dates. Year and quarter is enough for me. And what is the other requirement is region. Okay, so that is what I am looking for. This is the pivot table which we will use for quarterly change in the share of regional sales. Then top 5 salesmen, I will again copy this pivot table. I will keep a gap of 2-3 columns, and then this pivot table I am having years and quarters and regions out. Then I will bring managers. So for top 5 people, we will go to value filters, then go for top 10. This top can be changed to bottom, 10 can be changed to any number. So top 5 items by sales amount. Click OK. So these are my top 5 salesmen. Okay. Last one, Control C and Control V. I need to have my product wise sales. So right click, show field list, because I have closed it. So bring product category here, and that's my product wise sales. Okay. So these are the 4 pivot tables which are enough to answer my questions. After this, to identify these pivot tables, what you should do, you should name them uniquely. So first pivot table, if you go to pivot table and analyze, the name is pivot table 1. Let me name it as sales underscore trend. Okay, spaces are not allowed in these names, so avoid that. Second one, let's say region share. Third one is I would name it as top 5 sales managers. Fourth one I will name it as product sales, products. Okay. Now in the dashboard sheet, we want to place our charts here. So before that, we need to create the charts. So for this one, we can go to analyze or options, then go to pivot charts, and I would like to have a line. I would like to have a column chart. So that's fine with me. Second, this one I want to have shares. So pivot chart, and for shares, this chart is best. And when I click OK, this is what I get. Okay, so total is 100%, but share is there based on region. Then for top 5 salespeople, again pivot chart. I would like to have a bar chart and click OK. So that's my third chart. And for this one, I would go for a pivot chart and pie chart. Pie chart or donut chart, whichever suits you, you can use that one. Let's go for pie chart. Now we need to place all these charts one by one into this dashboard sheet. So cut and paste it somewhere here. Again select, cut, Ctrl X and paste it here. Then do the same thing for other 2 charts. Okay. Now just what you need to do is you need to align all these charts perfectly. So let me minimize this. You need to align these charts inside this border. So for the alignment, what you should do, that when you drag and drop simply like this, okay, you can get closer to that border, but it is not perfect. So to make it perfect, what you should do, when you are dragging, press your Alt key, and the Alt key helps you to move only in the corners of the grid lines. Okay, so that will make it perfectly aligned. I will have it maybe up to here. I will reduce the size so that I can see all the borders properly. Okay. So you decide how would you like to split that total area. Now next step is, and keep saving the file because after all it is Excel, it can crash anytime. Next is how to clean the charts. So first step is these gray buttons, these are not required. So you can right click and go for hide all field buttons on the chart. Same thing you have to do for each chart. This one also, here also. Okay, and that's gone. Now take care of the titles. After that, you can see here, because this is only one single color, we don't need this legend. So select and delete. Here also select and delete. Here we need, obviously. Then here we will need, but maybe we can keep it at the top. So we can go to legend and maybe top, and it can come like this. Okay. Now next thing is, let us switch on the data labels. If data labels are not there, you can see, let's say this, how much is the sale of this column? January 2020. So you will use this line. This is close to 10,000. So it is roughly 10,000 plus. Okay. But if you want to exactly know the number, then click on the chart plus and tick data labels. Same thing for this data labels. This one also data labels. Because this has something to do with percentage share, so I am not keen on data labels. Okay. Now look at this. Currently it is difficult to align that gray is what? Gray is fruits. So it takes some time to understand. So what we will do, we will go to data labels and let us go into more details. And then what we can say that show me the category name with the data labels itself. And if you want percentage also, you can take that. So how much is the percentage share or value? And I am not interested in the actual value or maybe interest rate. It's up to you what you want. Okay, and click cancel. Once the names are here, then I don't need this legend, so I can go and untick this or simply delete it. Another thing is that for these things, what you should do, you can right click and say sort it largest to smallest. So largest item will come first and then smaller ones. For this one, what you can do, right click and sort largest to smallest, but that has the opposite effect here. So we will go for another one, smallest to largest. Okay, so that's fine. Now when you are already looking at the data labels directly, so what you can do, you can remove these grid lines. Grid lines is here, you can remove them, and the axis is also not required because we have the numbers directly on the chart. For this one also, you can remove x-axis, and this grid line is not important for you. Okay, here because data labels are not there, so I want to keep these lines because that is what is indicating the percentage share, how it is changing. So I want to keep a title here, so I will increase the height a little bit. I will take all the cells, go to home, merge and center, and here I will write something like sales dashboard, and middle alignment vertically as well as horizontally. Increase the font size. Okay, and give a maybe gray background, and you can change the font color to maybe this. Okay, and you can go for view and remove the grid lines on the sheet. That will make it better. Okay, now next thing is to make it interactive. What you should do, click on the first chart and we will try to keep some slicers. So we'll go to pivot charts analyze, and here we have insert slicers, and for slicers I would like to keep my region, country, year also, and then product categories. Click OK. So these are the 4 slicers which I want, and all you need to do is align them somewhere in this space. Always keep them at the top or on the left side. Okay, I will reduce this width of column B so that it can be properly aligned. And here also you can use the trick of Alt key. So this I will reduce, then I will keep years. Okay, use Alt key to align it perfectly with the lines. That I can go to slicer and I will change it to 2 columns so that the years can come into one single line. After that I will bring my countries, reduce it further, and last one is my product category. Okay, make sure you align it with the bottom and top properly. Okay, so you can use this one little bit down, and in fact this we will keep like this. We'll keep it up to this, and let us change it back to one single column just to utilize the space properly. Always make sure that whatever you are showing to the audience, it should be properly aligned, and then I will use this thick border outside so that everything can come inside that. It looks good. After that, what we need to do is, currently when I click, my slicers are only changing the first chart. I need to go to this slicer. I can connect it to products, I can connect it to region share. The region slicer will not be connected to region share. It will show 100% for each quarter. And then sales trend and top 5 sales manager. Click OK. Then for year I want to connect to every single pivot table. Country slicer, I want to connect to products for sure. I will not connect it to region. Sales trend and top 5 salesmen are required. For product categories, they should be connected to not product but others. So idea is that if I connect product with products, then what will happen? Let us see. If I click on beverage, you can see only beverage is shown. So there is no point of connecting the product chart with product slicer. So I will go back to product category, and here I will exclude my products from the connection. And now the dashboard is ready to be used. You can see, okay, in 2020 what happened? So this is the data. In Asia, that is what was happening. So this is the sales trend for 2020 in Asia. You can see it again full, and everything is changing based on what you select here. So I want Asia in 2020 and only vegetables. So this is what was the sales of vegetables. Now you can see here 1000, 1000, 1000. So what you can do, maybe you can go for one decimal here, 0.0. That's it. Okay. If you want to increase the thickness of the bars, what you can do, right click, format data series. Here we have gap. You reduce the gap, the chart thickness will automatically increase. Here also you can do same, reduce the gap, the thickness of the columns will increase. Here again, okay. So you can decide how much you want to keep, and that's it. For this chart, what I would like to keep, I don't want to keep any outline. So go to shape outline and no outline. So now only colors are shown. If you want to change any color, click on the columns, shape fill, and maybe I would like to keep this green color here. For this one, maybe I would like to keep this orange color. Okay. This requires different colors, so I will not disturb it. So this is just to show you how to change colors, but do not add too many colors unnecessarily to the dashboard. Now one more thing I would like to show here is what is my total sales. Okay. So if I go to pivot table and let me have a cell here, and I will connect it to this. And you should have a formula something like this, get pivot data, something like this, grand total. The benefit of this formula is if your pivot table moves up and down, if your grand total moves up and down, this reference will also change according to that. Control, I will go for custom, then comma, thousands, and before the formatting I would say total in double quotes, colon and space. Okay. So this will appear like total 121,000. Click OK. And I will go to the dashboard. Somewhere here on the dashboard, I will go for an insert, a text box, put it here. And inside the text box, I don't want anything. Click on the boundary of the text box, then go to the formula bar, equal to, and then refer to that cell. And then go for a different color, maybe orange, make it bold, make it big, okay, little bit small. So now the benefit is that when I click on Asia, my total is displayed there. Okay. In 2020, 32,000. Only for beverage, that was 1,000. For fruits, it was 8,000. For meats and poultry, 13,000. Okay. So that way I can see my numbers directly without having calculator or anything else. Now next time, your only job is to add the data at the bottom of this table. So if you are having, let's say, this data set, copy and go to data set and just paste it below, and you can see all the calculated columns are coming automatically, and all you need to do is just refresh any one pivot table, 142, 142, 142, and this was top 5, so it will not be equal to 142. Okay, and that will also reflect in the charts. So this is the only work next time you have to do. Now once these things are done, now last step is, before sharing it to others, you should protect it, because by mistake someone may move the chart. Okay, you have spent a lot of efforts in preparing this, so you should protect it. Hide all the sheets which are not related to the user, but they can also unhide it. So to protect it, you should go to review, protect workbook, keep a simple password, confirm the password. Okay, and now they will not be able to unhide it. Then next thing is, here, because things are still movable, this slicer someone can move by mistake or anything. So protect sheet, in the protect sheet click OK. The things are protected, but the slicers are not working. So I will unprotect the sheet. So before protecting, I need to change something with the slicers. So I will select all the slicers, press Ctrl 1, then go to position and layout and disable resizing and moving. Then go to properties, say do not move or size with cells, and then here I will uncheck this locked. So I have restricted the movement by using this feature, but I'm not keeping it part of logged items when my sheet is protected. Close this, protect the sheet. Here uncheck everything. Only thing is you should tick this use pivot tables and chart. You can keep some password if you want, click OK, and now your dashboard is ready to use. Minimize this menu. You can go to view, and maybe headings and formulas also you can avoid, increase it a little bit, and now this is the dashboard which is ready to be used and shared. Share it in your email or shared drives or anywhere. Okay, and it is fully interactive because of the slicers, and it looks nice also. If you want this practice file, the link is mentioned in the description. Now just to recap the process, you should have a data set, convert the data into a table, then create pivot tables, 3 or 4 pivot tables which can answer your questions from the dashboard, and then create pivot charts by going into pivot table analyze and pivot charts, and place the charts on this layout, arrange them, clean them, okay, display data labels, and then add this total, insert slicers. Once these slicers are inserted, align them properly on the left side or the top, create a header for the dashboard, then connect the slicers with all the pivot tables, all the required pivot charts, and then last step is to secure the dashboard. So other than the dashboard sheet, hide everything, go to review, protect workbook, then for the sheet, protect sheet. Before that you should change the properties of the slicer by Ctrl 1, and you should take this last one, don't move or size with cells, and uncheck locked. Okay, and that is how you can create the dashboard. Hope you found it useful. Please like, share and comment, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel.